Not amazing, not ultimate, but spectacular. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my first impressions reaction to the Spectacular Spider-Man Episode 1. So, I have seen another reactor to, I believe Real Rejects has been reacting to this lately, but I think I saw someone else doing so as well. Um, and it got me thinking, it's like, I've never seen a lot of the Spider-Man shows. I've never seen Ultimate Spider-Man. I've never seen this one. And it's like, I've kind of been like interested in checking them out. Now, recently I had played through Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, been getting those parts up on the channel and everything. And so I've been kind of on this high for Spider-Man. And I thought, this could be a good time to check one of these out. Now, Spectacular Spider-Man is a 2-season show that was canceled. It was canceled because of, from what I've heard, I don't know how accurate this is, but what I heard was that there were some rights issues with Sony and everything at the time. This came out in like the late 2000s, 2008, 2009. There were some rights issues, and that caused some decisions within the people making this and everything to kind of like basically cancel it. And they kind of went into the Ultimate Spider-Man series after this, kind of as a replacement in a way. But while this is a canceled series, it is something, like I said, I want to check out. And even if it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger, even if it ends like maybe unsatisfactorily, I want to at least give it a chance. See what it's like. Now, I think this is the series that has Drake Bell playing Peter, if I remember right. And Drake Bell has had a lot of issues in the past years. It was revealed that with the entire Quiet on the Set documentary and everything, it was revealed that he's a massive trauma victim who was, horrifically abused on all these Nickelodeon shows he did. And unfortunately, it led to him becoming an abuser later in life. And as I always say, it's like while his past and his own experiences have explained his behavior, it does not excuse it. His behavior is absolutely his responsibility, and he did some pretty bad stuff. And I do feel bad for him. I absolutely feel sorry for him. And it seems like, from what I've heard, he's trying to get help. And I hope that's true. Because he does need help. And if he can get it, if he can better himself, I'm all for that. But if this is him here, I'm going to just judge this on his performance and all. I'm not going to look at it from the perspective of the stuff he did and all. I'm going to just view this from a performance standpoint in regards to that. But I want to bring that up because it is important to discuss that kind of stuff when you're watching something that has an actor or person who made it who, is controversial for one reason or another. And I grew up watching stuff with Drake Bell in it. I grew up with stuff like All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, obviously. So it's like, he was my childhood in a lot of ways. And so knowing that on the sets of these shows, like, there was horrible shit that was going down with, like, Dan Schneider and all, and to see that it influenced him later in life to do some pretty bad things himself, it's like, it really sucks. It really does. But it's something that we can't just ignore. We need to acknowledge this. We need to talk about it. And again, if he is truly getting help, then good for him. I mean, that's better than some people out there, Kevin Spacey. Feel no sympathy for him whatsoever. But yeah. Yeah. Point is, we're going to judge this based on the content of the show. So, Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero, for those who may not know. I'm more of a DC gal, personally. Like, I like Batman, Wonder Woman, even Superman, that kind of stuff, a lot more than I like Marvel heroes, for the most part. But that doesn't mean I don't like Marvel. I just generally like DC more. I think the heroes are more grounded and more believable, for the most part. There's exceptions, of course. And there's exceptions with Marvel in that regards. And Spider-Man is one of those. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Miles Morales, whichever one you're talking about, Gwen Stacy, all the others. um, the Spider people in general tend to be more grounded and down to earth than most Marvel heroes, let's be honest. They feel more relatable and understandable. And that helps me like them a lot more. And it's the reason why Spider Man has always been my favorite Marvel hero and one of my favorite heroes, period. Spider Man got me into superhero stuff. Like, he was my first hero. So, without him, I wouldn't have even gotten into DC stuff in the first place. Though, I mean, well, I probably would have. But, like, I was into Spider-Man, like, before I checked out, like, Batman the Animated Series and stuff. It was the reason I wanted to check out stuff like that. And I might have done so otherwise, but, you know, it's hard to say. So this is very interesting to me. I'm very, very excited to see, like, how villains are portrayed in this and how storylines are portrayed. I don't know, like, exactly what is featured in this series in terms of, again, villains and characters. I assume we'll get, like, the notable ones, like Doc Ock will probably be here. We'll probably get Green Goblin. Maybe we'll be lucky and get the likes of Mysterio or Kraven. And if we're really lucky, we'll get Venom. Venom is one of the most popular Spider-Man villains, so I'm hoping he's in here. We have 2 seasons to worry about that, but I actually don't know, because I don't really know much of anything about this series. But here's hoping, especially after the Spider-Man 2 game and everything. Both Kraven and Venom are ones I would love to see in here to see, like, comparatively how they are. But yeah, I'm very interested in this. Now, for those who are new to the channel and all, and maybe checking out this video before anything else, if you don't know what a first impressions reaction is, let me explain that real quick. Because some of you might be, like, tuning in for the first time and be, like, confused, and it's like, what does this mean? What is a first impressions reaction? Well, a first impressions reaction is simply as it sounds. I am going to watch this first episode and afterwards give my first impressions to it. Give you my initial thoughts based on just this first episode. And then I will determine whether I want to do one of 3 things. Either continue reacting to it in the future, watch it on my own time, or drop it. One of those 3 things will be announced for this series after I have seen this first episode and everything. Now, if I continue to watch it in the future, if I continue to react to it in the future, it will not be right away. It's going to basically be put onto a list that I have. And then at some point in the future, when I have an open slot in my weekly schedule, specifically an open slot for or not donation rewards, specifically for first impressions continuation shows, I'll be looking at like that open slot saying, what do I want to put here? And I'll take something from my list and put it there. It might be Spider-Man. It might be something else. It's just kind of whatever I'm in the mood for at any given time. It's kind of up in the air with that. Our current one, for example, that we're currently reacting to is Kim's Convenience. I actually chose that one via a randomizer wheel because I wasn't sure what I wanted to react to next in that slot. And that could be a thing too. I could end up putting it on a randomizer wheel and it might end up being chosen that way. But everything that is on that list will be gotten to eventually. It's just a matter of when. And right now I don't have room for more than one slot of that. It may be in the future I'll bring back a second slot for that, but we'll see. So, that being said, if it's something I watch on my own time, I'll probably eventually get to it. It's just a matter of, like, getting myself to actually watch it. But if I drop it, it's like, I'm just not interested, and I'm not going to continue it ever. But yeah, so it's going to be one of those three options. I'll talk about that in the afterthoughts, but we should probably get into things now because we've been talking for quite a bit, and it's about time we get into the actual reaction stuff. Now, before we do, I do want to remind you all, or let you all know, for those new to the channel and everything, that we have a lot of great content to check out on the channel. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions. And on Mondays, we also do YouTube or YouTube adjacent reactions. Shorts, specials, miniseries that just don't have enough episodes, or, YouTube stuff. Anything that doesn't quite fit into a normal series or movie reaction goes in that slot. And speaking of movie reactions, we have those every Saturday and Sunday. They're pre-recorded during the week, uploaded on the weekend, so that every day has something going on for it in terms of reactions. We also are currently going through a couple Let's Plays on the channel. We're still getting up Spider-Man 2 parts every single day, although I have finished recording it. I still have to finish uploading it. We've moved into uploading 2 parts of the Spider-Man 2 Let's Play every day until we get caught up. Once we're caught up and have all of Spider-Man 2 uploaded, we'll start getting to its replacement. We are also starting Poppy Playtime this coming Saturday. We're taking a little break from Anno Mutationum, though we will be coming back to that. But this next Saturday, not this week, but next week. I know, complicated, but next week we will be starting Poppy Playtime. And that is a donation reward Let's Play from Venom. So thank you, Venom, for donating. And if you want to learn how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play, all you have to do is go to the channel, go to the channel search, and in one search, a single search, type in June Double Reward Month PS5. It should take you to the correct video that will let you know everything you need to in regards to how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play. Or you could contact me in the comments below, on the Discord via a private message, or on any social media, pretty much, whatever works best for you. But all of that being said, I think it's about time we get this going. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction because, yes, we do redirect all reactions on this channel. Sorry about the lag. Hold on just a second here. Give me just a second. Sorry for, lag and, there's this weird slowdown effect going on as well. My power cord's been messing up lately. I'm hopefully getting a new one, soon. But, yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I? But yeah, we do redirect all reactions on this channel because you know how YouTube's copyright system is. It's shit. So because of that, we have to just push all reactions off to another site just to remain safe. We don't want to get any channel strikes or even worse, a channel termination, which I have unfortunately dealt with before and just don't want to deal with again. So to keep things safe, we push everything off, like I said, to another site and just kind of make it work. I know you don't want to click all these extra links to get to the actual reaction. You'd rather it just be here on this video, even if it's cut up. But luckily, it's only one extra link. You just go down in the description below, click it, takes you to the video. And on the plus side, because of this, I am able to give you the full unedited reaction completely free. That's right. No paywall, no Patreon subscription, and you don't even have to sync up your own copy. It's just all there in the video. That is, once again, linked to in the description below. You don't have to do anything more to see the entire thing for free. I think that's pretty great, too, because not every reaction channel, rightly so, can get away with it. For a lot of valid reasons, they just aren't able to do so. And that's fine, that's understandable. But I do pride myself on being a channel that can give you the full unedited reaction for free. Especially with not even having to sync up your own copy. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the full reactions. And this is for everything, by the way. Movies, shows, other stuff, anything. Hope you enjoy it as it is. And I'd love to hear your thoughts regarding it. And after you watch the reaction, you can come back here to the redirect and continue watching. Because after Fades to Black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain not only spoilers to the episode, but my general thoughts on it, my general consensus, you know, also my decision on what we're going to do with this First Impressions series in the future, if we're going to continue it or not. So it's definitely worth checking out. And that being said, I guess for now, I'll just see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I looked up some of these voices and all. First off, Drake Bell was Ultimate Spider-Man, not Spectacular Spider-Man. I did find that out. Alex O'Hearn, who was voiced by Clancy Brown. I found out Alex O'Hearn is Rhino, by the way. He was the character at the beginning of the episode doing the robbery with Flint Marko, with Sandman. So that's who Clancy Brown was. I went back and listened to it, and it's like, oh yeah, that was very obviously him. So it's just I didn't recognize some of these in the moment. But like going back and listening and all, it's like, oh yeah, that's obviously them. Interesting though that they set up so many villains. Robert Englund still surprises me though. That was like, I would never have guessed that was Robert Englund as Vulture. But they had a lot in here. They had Vulture, they had Sandman, they had Rhino, they had the Enforcers, who might be other characters, it's possible. They had Big Man, who might be, Wilson Fisk. I can't, why do I keep forgetting, like, his villain name? Like, I was kind of blanking on it for a second earlier, too. Oh my god. Kingpin. I don't know why that was blanking for me. But Big Man might be Kingpin, voiced by Keith David, interestingly enough. That's exciting. Love hearing Keith David and stuff. But Peter was Josh Keaton. And Harry was James Arnold Taylor. So, James Arnold Taylor, who was Harry Osborn, he's not Ron from Kim Possible. I said he kind of sounded like him. Apparently, he's Obi-Wan from the Clone Wars. Which is like, oh. He's also Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, but I barely know of that series. I never got into that one. I was more Jack and Daxter growing up. Um, and then Josh Keaton. Um, is someone I don't recognize looking at the images here, but apparently he was Shiro in Voltron Legendary Defender. He was Electro in the Spider-Man game by Insomniac. He was Revolver Ocelot in Metal Gear Solid 3. And seemingly has done a lot of other stuff too. He was young Hercules in the Hercules movie, the Disney movie. He played Wally West in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Hal Jordan in Lego DC Comics stuff. Multiple things. Oh, he was in Across the Spider-Verse, apparently. Apparently his Spectacular Spider-Man was in Across the Spider-Verse. There's so many in there, it's hard to remember who each one that it showed. He was in Batman the Animated, in an episode of Batman the Animated Series, so that's interesting. Anything else like I would really know him for, though? I'm not really seeing it. It's like various little things, but I'm not seeing like anything like I would really know him for. Probably Shiro from Voltron is the big one for me, from what I'm seeing. Apparently he was in the 2017 Spider-Man series as Norman Osborn, so that's interesting. And a couple other characters, it looks like. Oh, he was Steve Rogers in the What If series, so that's fun. He's a few characters in Arcane. He's a few characters in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That's fun, too. Okay. Oh, here's some video game stuff. Apparently he was Harry Osborn in the 2000s Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 games. So that's really interesting. And Spider-Man 3. Though he wasn't Harry Osborn in that one, apparently. Oh. He voiced... Speaking of Jack and Daxter, he voiced Jack. At least in The Lost Frontier. So that's interesting. He was in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. He was in Edge of Time as well. And the Amazing Spider-Man game. He did additional voices in The Last of Us. He was Robin in Arkham Origins. Yes, I'm looking at the video game stuff now. Oh, shit! He's Sun King Avad in Horizon Zero Dawn. I love Sun King Avad. Also, apparently he's in the Adventure Time game, Pirates of the Enchiridion. That's really interesting then, because that means, yeah, Josh Keaton, he was at Youmacon. I think just this past, was it just this past year or the year before? But he was there because I remember Sun King Avad's VA was there. That was before I had actually really gotten into Horizon, and before I even met the character. But I remember seeing that in the advertising when he was announced for the convention. So that's really interesting. That's really interesting to know that Sun King Avad from Horizon Zero Dawn has the same voice as this Spider-Man. Anyway. So, yeah, like I said, this introduced a lot of different villains, like right off the bat. Um, I could see some people even kind of saying too many. There's just like so many introduced right away. And I understand like it's showing Spider-Man like less than a year into being Spider-Man. He's still fairly fresh. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all of these villains kind of come out of the woodworks and start, becoming a problem for New York and all. But it's just like there's a lot going on in this episode, and it feels, I guess you could say, unfocused because of it. Like it mostly centers around Vulture and Norman Osborn, with that entire plot line going on. But then you have like the enforcers coming in because Big Man is threatened by Spider-Man and everything going on with that. Because of the entire thing that went on with Marco and O'Hearn. And it's just like, and then you bring in Marco and O'Hearn as well, and it's just like there's just so goddamn much going on. It's just it's almost kind of hard to keep track of it all, if I'm being honest. I feel like maybe having like one villain here and then maybe introducing like characters who will become villains, that's fine. Like Eddie Brock's role in this. Obviously, we know Eddie Brock is Venom. Well, one half of Venom. Venom, remember, is not just a person. Venom is literally the combined might of a human host and the Clintar symbiote. So it's like Venom is not he. Venom is they. That's why Venom always says like we are Venom, because they are the combination of the host and the symbiote. No matter which host it is, it's most of the time Eddie Brock. But anyway, kind of getting off track. But like I'm fine with that because he's just like Eddie Brock here. He's just a normal guy. I'm fine with Kurt Connors being here as just like Dr. Kurt Connors. Stuff like that. Norman Osborn being the head of Oscorp and everything. That's fine. But it's like when you're introducing like all of these different plot lines in this first episode. Again, the stuff with whoever this big man is, I'm still guessing Kingpin. You have Flint, Marco, and O'Hearn as bad guys, apparently working for Big Man. You have Montana, who's probably someone. He was named. You have Hammerhead, right? You have just all of these characters, and then it's like, while again it mostly focuses on Vulture going after Norman, it's like you have all this other stuff going on. You have the enforcers going on. It's just like it's a little too much for a first episode. It's almost kind of overload, because they also throw in the stuff with the Daily Bugle and Jameson. They throw in some stuff with Aunt May. That you have to introduce to Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn. It's so much. It's so many characters, so many like plot points. They're just throwing at you. And future episodes and stuff will probably get a little more focused, I'm sure. But I feel like for a first episode, when you're trying to hook in the viewers, you do not want to overload them. And like for people who are familiar with Spider-Man and Spider-Man villains and everything, it's like this is going to be like, oh yeah, I know that character, I know this character, especially for people who are even more familiar with me and recognize all their real names. Like Alex O'Hearn. It's like, I didn't know that was Rhino's real name. Um, and it's like, I thought he was Alexei. Isn't Rhino usually Russian? Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Because I thought Rhino was Alexei. Rhino Spider-Man. Let me see here. Yeah, Alexei Sistovich. So it's like Alex O'Hearn is an alias. Okay. Alex O'Hearn is listed here as a notable alias of the character. But that's not like his name, his actual name. See, I think that's what also made me not recognize him, because I know him as Alexi, not Alex. But yeah, it's like there's just too much, I feel, here. Too much for me to have really been hooked in. Like there's a lot that's good, but I feel like again, it's just it comes down to the fact that this first episode felt unfocused and didn't really hold my attention as much as it needed to, I guess you could say. Because of that, it's just like I was just blasted with all of these different characters, all this different stuff going on. I didn't have time to think. And personally, that just like kind of took a toll on me as I was watching. So, I think what I'm going to do with this series is I think I'll watch this on my own time. Maybe I'll check it out with other people's reactions. I'm not gonna continue to react to this though. Again, it might get more focused as the series progresses, but with just how fast paced this is, with how like much they're throwing at you at all times, it seems, I think this is something better for my own time. And sometimes that's fun. Sometimes that's a good thing. But it was worth checking out for sure. It was definitely something I do not regret having checked out. Um, and we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe I'll check out Ultimate Spider-Man or another one of the series. Maybe I'll check out the 2017 series. I don't know. We'll see in the future. If you have like a suggestion for a series that you think would be really cool to check out in terms of like Spider-Man or other hero stuff, let me know. For now, though, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below. And before we close this out, I want to remind you once more that we have a lot of great content to check out on the channel. Every Monday through Friday, we have a plethora of awesome series reactions, and on Mondays, we also have YouTube or YouTube adjacent reactions, anything that doesn't quite fit into a normal series or movie one. And speaking of movie reactions, we have those every Saturday and Sunday. They are pre-recorded during the week and uploaded on the weekends, so that every day has some sort of reaction content going on for it. We also have a couple of Let's Plays we are currently going through. Speaking of Spider-Man, we have Spider-Man 2 still going up twice a day, every day. We also have Poppy Playtime coming in a week, just over a week. And that will be on Saturdays. And yeah, that is a donation reward, but I can't speak, sorry. It's a donation reward Let's Play for Venom. And yeah, definitely curious to see what we have in store with that one. If you want to know how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play, go to the channel and in a channel search, type in single search June Double Reward Month PS5. It should take you to the correct video, and that'll tell you everything you need to know regarding how to donate for a future PS5 Let's Play. That all being said, thank you as always so much for tuning in, and for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.